And welcome in. Happy Thursday, everyone. Been a whole week without y'all. I don't know how we made it this far. And more Thursday night seems to be my. It makes it a highlight of the week.
The week went so fast.
Yeah, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I can't believe we're. What's that?
Is that a good thing? That the week is gone by so fast?
I mean, it's the catch-22, right? Is it good that it goes by fast? Sure, because it obviously means we're busy, things are going on, and that's usually a good thing. But it's that kind of the flip side of life and time sort of slipping away. So in general, I would say, yeah, sure, it's a good thing. Things are good for the most part, but there's the other side of it.
Right.
But we're glad now that we're back here.
Amen. But those times that you really enjoying life and it flies by, then I can see the negative part of it.
Yeah, but there's also a beauty in that too.
Yeah.
Right? That the moments that you're so fully present for go so fast that those are the ones that really matter.
Right.
And
for those watching replay, my apologies. I don't always say thank you to you all for watching. And those coming in, and those already here, welcome in. Hopefully, you all had a wonderful week. Hopefully, you got to bless someone else's day. Eventually, hopefully, all of y'all will be. This be a normal thing, and you'll click the yes button, and you make someone else's day better. Hopefully, why can't we as fish keepers be an enjoyable person? Right, TJ?
Yeah, I mean, I'd also say that we probably often, when we think of that question, Vibes, we probably think of something grand that we've done throughout the day. And we're like, oh, no, we really didn't. But you never know what small thing that you've done, that you've said, small act, help make somebody's day better.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think it's a great reminder that you give us every week to just think about the things that you've done today. Because in some way you did something for somebody.
Right. Hopefully.
Yeah. I would have to think in the vast majority that people probably did.
Right. All right.
Well, Dee Dee, you made me laugh on the last stream when you pulled out that whip. So you did that for me.
That's awesome.
You also terrified me a little bit because I got a year to think about that. She said if I drop bottles next year like I did the when we were getting ready to pack the goodie bags, she's gonna use the whip, and so now I got to think about that for an entire year.
Ooh. Use the whip or whip?
She's gonna use the whip and like punish me for bad behavior. Like, that's terrible.
Oh, I thought she'll use whip. Let's get tanked.
Oh, no, not our friend Whip.
A whip.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's good to be afraid of me. I don't know about that, Dee Dee. I don't want to be afraid of you.
And you know what, y'all? If you got questions for us, or comments for us, except that you want us to catch them, put that vibes in front of it. I know we are way behind in chat, or I am, so I'm not gonna catch all your comments. So yeah, but I do like putting the first comment on the board up on panel. John with My Fish Tanks Aquatics was in there first. Hello, fishy folks. Hashtag Giggle Party. Was that the hashtag sent over? I don't think so. I think it is Spooky Dookie. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the topic up. That way y'all can be thinking about it in chat. There you go. Fish acclimation processes. Processes? Some reason my brain's telling me that ain't spelled right.
Oh, I think it is.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all some time to come in, maybe another 4 or 5 minutes, and then I'll do the participation list. How about that?
Good. I think it's good. Oh, I also want to show off my 2024 Keystone Clash T-shirt.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Keystone. Oops, hold on. The banner is blocking it.
Just a really nice T-shirt, and I know a bunch of other people have worn theirs on different streams, and so I just wanted to show it off real quick.
Since we're showing our shirts off tonight, let's go ahead and do mine while we're at it. Yeah, it's kind of vintage. Now, some of y'all can't see it too well. There we go. This is Acclimation Orlando 2021. And for those who don't know, it's coming up in 2 weeks, 2.5, 28, whatever.
Daytona is coming up in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So, and I have agreed to show up for that. And find out a bag. So, hey, quick side note before we really get into the topic. About Daytona, I went and set up a group chat over on Instagram. So if you want to be a part of that group chat, go ahead and message me or Mariah, and we'll add you to the group. And this is for those that are going to Acclimation at Daytona, Florida.
So it's an exclusive group.
Yeah, very exclusive. That way, it's like hanging out before the big day, you know? That way, you can kind of, hey, are you bringing this or bringing that? You know, it's kind of, you know.
Will there be snacks?
Exactly. The secrets, you know, the stuff that, oh, what time you can be there? Are you bringing extra fish? Are you going to bring this?
I said snacks.
I know.
I don't care about secrets. Oh, you're on mute, Mariah.
She's muted.
Yep. There she is.
There, she's back.
Oh, she's muted again.
I said, well, maybe camera. Can y'all hear me now?
We got you.
Can you hear me now?
We got
you. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I said, Cameron and I will be there. So, yeah, there will be snacks.
Oh, all right, people. There you go. Yeah, Nancy said secret snacks. I said, yeah, it's a
yes.
It's a special exclusive group with secret snacks.
Secret snacks.
And if I missed you, I didn't add you to the list. My apologies. But yeah, if you'll be added, definitely message us. Either Mariah or myself. I mean, there are others in the group that I did put admin, so which can help keep the chat I guess the chat, whatever. Keep it going smoothly and keep it comment friendly. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, for those that are interested in that, we did it back in Dallas. We went and set up a group chat, and quite a few of y'all in the chat really appreciated that. Some of y'all even told me that you feel like you are a part of the event now instead of just a nobody. Which I wish nobody felt that way. I wish everyone felt like they're a part of it. You know, you're going, you're part of it. You know, but so anyhow, let's go ahead and to the topic.
Yeah, this one ended up being more appropriate than I think initially realized based on your temperature change today, huh, Vibes?
Yes. This morning I woke up, the temperature was 48 degrees outside. And remember,
that was
just the other day we had 90s, upper 90s.
So you had no time to acclimate.
No. So it was like a flop and drop. And no temperature acclimate at all. Boom.
Sounds like worse than a plop and drop. Sounds like your heater just failed on you.
Yep. Yep. So I had to do a self acclimation kind of thing, like a fast
Mhm.
one, like lots of coffee, some more coffee. I had what was it? What did I put in the microwave? Can't think of it. It was so cold I can't think.
Pop-Tart? Hot
No,
Pocket? Breakfast
Toaster
sandwich?
strudel,
no.
bagel,
A frittata?
an English McMuffin,
Oh. Um,
What did I have?
a jelly donut?
a breakfast burrito,
No.
Mm,
a Jimmy
My
Dean breakfast
coworker.
biscuit.
bowl of oatmeal?
I
Hmm.
Grits.
don't even know, guys. I don't know what I had. I was too cold. Can't think.
I mean, a long shot here, but cottage cheese?
I mean,
Ew. In the microwave?
that would have made sense. That would have made sense.
Not in the
Hot
microwave, it
cottage
doesn't,
cheese.
but okay.
But anywho, beside the point. And it started off yesterday was when the cold snap kind of came in.
Hmm.
I was cold all day yesterday. Got home from work. I took a hot shower. First time in like 8 months. Took a hot shower.
You've been taking a shower in 8 months?
Yeah, I didn't take a shower for 8 months. Yeah. No, a hot
And
hot
what?
shower. Okay, a hot
You
one.
telling me
Yeah.
you out here not, you telling me you out here not washing your butt, Vibe?
Well, I mean, it was the annual shower, even though I needed it or not. Anyway, moving on from there. I had the hot shower. Then I ate a pho soup. For those who don't know what it is, it's a Vietnamese soup.
That's what you put in the microwave? No, that was the other
Yeah,
night. That was not
that
for
was
breakfast.
last night.
Got it.
So I had to get my bones thawed out,
Hmm.
and then this morning I had to thaw them out again. So,
Got it.
but actually about midday today, it was up in 60s. So
Oh.
and the humidity was very low. It was gorgeous. Sun was out, but any wind. So it turned out to be a nice day, even though we had in the upper 40s this morning.
Good.
That was the acclimation purpose, I guess.
Wow, that was involved.
Yeah, very. Showers came into somewhere.
Great. Good. We like showered people. That's helpful.
Okay, let's go and see if we can drop the participation list.
You got it.
I'm gonna bring it up on screen. Why not? That way y'all can see what I'm saying.
You know, I just thought of a pretty interesting question I want to pose to y'all.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
So do y'all, when y'all are like swimming, right? When you go to a pool or something,
Yes.
do you acclimate yourself slowly, or do you
Jump in.
cannonball, plop, and drop into the water?
Ooh.
Good point. Good point.
I feel like it's a mix of both.
Yes.
I feel like I
Okay.
start by going like in the shallow section a little at a time, and then it ends up usually being that's when you start getting cold. So you just abort mission and just jump.
Right.
Right? You're like, that's it. That's it. Because I know once I'm in there, I'll feel better. It's terrible right now, so just go.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
How about you,
Nah,
Maria?
I think I prefer just jumping in.
Just jumping in? Yeah, it's
I think I
tough
prefer
to.
just jumping in.
It's tough, right? You have to like convince yourself that that's the right way to go. But as soon as you like put your leg in, and you're like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah, it is.
You gotta just go for it. You just gotta run for it and just. It's the plunge. It just. I don't know, something about it. It kind of not only wakes you. Obviously, it's a shock to the body, but it kind of does something. I don't know. It's kind of an endorphin releaser for me. It kind of releases endorphins, kind of similarly to working out, because
Okay.
it's adrenaline. It's the anticipation because you know what's going to happen. Of course, you're going to be cold as soon as you hit the
Yeah.
water. It's going to
Yeah.
be a shock all over. But I don't know. It kind of feels good if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like it hurts, but it feels good.
So, since you raised that question, before you hit the participation list, I want to add to that. So, why don't we do this with our fish?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Bring them in,
because
just pop them right in.
fish, of course, are not warm-blooded animals, so they don't have the ability to regulate their body temperature as quickly as we do. So yeah, their body temperature depends on their environment. They are codependent with their environment for their body temperature to be at a stable range.
Mm-hmm. True.
Whereas humans, we can acclimate very quickly and we can adapt very quickly to very different and harsh environments. Of course, I mean, that's not saying that you could like just go walk barefoot through the Himalayas, right? I mean, we know what would happen with that, but in general, if you were to, walk outside in a tank top and some shorts after you just woke up and it's snowing outside and you just run out to check the mail, your body will adjust to that fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Now, you'll still feel the sensation of it. It'll still be really uncomfortable, of course, but it's not, for most people, it's not deadly.
Right.
Or potentially deadly.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's keep that thought. But let's go to the participant list.
Do it. Yep. You're good.
Okay. You got 26 participants according to fishon.link, y'all. Oops, there you go. My Fish Tanks Aquatics, Shady Grady, Only Oscars, Flying Moose Aquatics, Marcy Files, Bob's Aquatics, Empire Aquatic Jeff Canes, Paul McCarthy, HHD, Outside Aquatics, the Nano Aquarium Guy, Uncle Smiley's Aquariums, J Rock, Offended, Myers, Stephen P, Price Tag, Dennis Christensen, All Things Nature in Hawaii with Steve, Spider Lady Kim, Fish Farm Link, Lake Miss Lilla Aquatics, Ben Sharp, Nancy B with Tennessee, Scarlet Fish Freak, MNC Aquatics, Big Steve, Glass Boxes, Kelly Foreman. Welcome in, y'all.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, y'all.
Dee Dee said she used to have a hot tub on 104 degrees, a pool at 40 to 50. She'd jump in the hot tub, run to the pool, and cool down. Back and forth numerous times. You will sleep good. Facts.
Yep.
But Dee Dee, is that because you're running back and forth and you just tire yourself out, or does that actually have to do with the water temperature?
Hey, they do say if you go out in cold weather, like when it's cold or snowy, and you go skating or sledding, and they come in, you will relax faster.
Yeah.
Something about that adrenaline rush, all that.
The reason why?
What?
Well, TJ actually has a good point. It's not necessarily that she tired herself out from the running back and forth, but your body does naturally tire itself out quicker when it's cold because your body is involuntarily shivering. So you got to think you're burning a lot more calories that you're not really aware of. You're moving constantly, essentially, and you're having to breathe a lot faster or a lot shallower when it's cold because it's just you kind of can't catch your breath because it's so freezing. So yeah, you burn a lot more calories and you use a lot more energy when it's cold. And your body has to work a lot harder to keep itself warm.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Dee Dee says, no, it's the extreme temps, but nowadays it could be both. Yep.
But yeah, but that was a good point though. That mammals are different than fish.
Yeah, and other cold-blooded creatures, right?
Right. I like that.
That's why for like lizards and stuff, a lot of them need like a basking area with a heat lamp because they just can't.
Because they depend on the surroundings too.
Right. Right. And the fish are no different.
So that's kind of like backstory why we temperature acclimate fish to the new environment, or if you change a different tank or whatever, because of that.
Yeah, I mean it's to prevent, a rapid temperature change when they can't self-regulate, so they don't have the abilities for, like our bodies have somewhat of a regular temperature range, as long as we're not, suffering some sort of a infection or illness that raises it, or something that lowers it, that kind of a thing, to a unusual level.
Yeah. What range do you say is a good idea of temperature acclimation? Do you have it right on exactly the same temperature, or can it have like 5 degrees difference? It'd be okay. Or 10 degrees. What is that? What's a nice balance?
I mean,
it depends on the picture people know it.
Well, and I think it depends on the situation, right? I think that I don't know that I can really ever say that I've gotten some new fish in, they're in a bag, and I'm going to float them. I'll float them in the water for half an hour, give or take, right? I've never really gone to check the temperature, so I honestly have no idea how much it has changed, but I know it's gotten closer than what it probably was before. And so, I think it's just to try and get it as close as possible, right? So like another example is I've changed water before in an aquarium, and I always try to temperature match with a thermometer the water coming out of the faucet. There was one day where in one of my aquariums, I was changing the water, and the faucet during the process of filling the aquarium changed temperature.
Yeah.
It was during the winter. This was the second floor of the house where I was working. Actually, it was this aquarium that's over my shoulder here. And, it started out in the mid 70s where I want it. And by the time it was kind of fully going in, I grabbed the Python hose and it was warm to the touch. That's a problem.
Yeah. It can
Right?
be.
If it's warm to the touch, it's significantly above ambient room temperature.
Right.
That's an issue. And the water in the aquarium got up into the mid 80s. So yeah, so not an ideal situation. It's never happened again, so I don't exactly know why it did that. I could only assume just because of the time of year, and the hot water finally made it through the system up here to the second floor and whatever. So the fish were fine. Like it cooled down over the rest of the, next couple of hours, and it was kind of fine. So it tells me that they can take a wide range of temperatures. So I think just close is what you're trying to get to.
Yeah. The reason I asked that because I want someone to tell me if I'm right or wrong. Basically, a critique of what I'm saying. Usually, with 5 to 7 degrees difference, I don't worry about too much.
It's probably fine, right?
See, I got one of those handheld laser heater thermometers, and I'll check the tank where they're going into in the bag. If they're within 5 to 7 degrees, I don't even temperature acclimate. I don't open the bag, release them.
Yeah,
because sometimes I don't have the time to acclimate them. A half an hour or whatever.
Well, and I think you're just trying to avoid extremes, because what we have to think about is if they were wild fish, the temperature in their bodies of water doesn't stay the same all the time.
Right.
The temperature in the tub where I keep fish in the summer doesn't stay the same all the time. It gets extremely warm during the day when the sun is out in the heat of the summer. And then at night it goes down. And then as we get later in the season, right, it's September, the night's starting to get cooler, right? The nights are
Right.
maybe in the 50s here sometimes. And they over time kind of figure it out. Now, what I will do is typically when I put them out or I bring them in, I do try and do it on a day where I know the temperature is going to be relatively tank temperature.
Right. Right.
So I bring them out in the spring. I put them in the bucket. I take the bucket outside. I put it on the deck for a little while. Let the sun kind of naturally do its thing.
Right.
And then I put them in the aquarium, thinking that that's going to have some impact on trying to acclimate it, or make it relatively equal. When I bring them in, I try and do it on a day where the air temperature is about aquarium, those like mid to high 70s.
Right.
Take them out of the tub, put them back in a bucket, and reverse the process. And that, again, just trying to kind of keep it as relatively consistent as possible. But I don't think that there's 1, 2 degrees, 3 degrees, 5 degrees. I don't know that that's going to make a difference.
Good question. Does someone in the chat have the wisdom on that? Is there a certain temperature that will affect the fish, or that you've had issues with the fish?
Sure.
I'm just curious.
Good question. So the real influence that I had for this topic was actually, I'll go back to something I talked about, I guess it was last week or the week before, related to the Clash.
Okay. Yeah.
And the talk that Steve Bitter had done, which again, Steve, I was talking to him before his talk. So right. Steve, if you're out there listening, because he did subscribe to the channel, thanks a lot. Really enjoyed the talk. And hopefully I can do this topic a little bit of justice. He was just talking about fish health, and he was talking about things that he thought that the hobby gets right, things that he thinks the hobby gets wrong. And he was speaking in general as a fish keeper, but also with his experience where he was setting up those aquarium facilities in different parts of the world that he's been to. And he showed some video and some pictures of that process, and he talked a little bit about it. And he talked about acclimation. And he talked specifically about things like drip acclimation versus the plop and drop. Right. And that was what kind of really stuck out to me was I think there's people that kind of are in both sides of that camp, right? In both camps. Right. Some that swear by a drip acclimation, some that swear by a plop and drop. And I just thought his take was pretty interesting. And I've got it saved here on my phone. I did a little searching around just to try and find the concept that he referenced for when you're going to be transferring a fish from like a bag or some sort of a holding container that's sealed to something else. And so I just thought that was interesting. So for me, that was kind of what started making me think about this, is that I think it's temperature, but it's also water parameters and all of those kinds of things. Right.
Hey, welcome in, Joy. Josie, how you doing?
A lot of it seems like it's such a gray area because in majority of these cases, when we ask these questions, it's, do you prefer this type of acclimation or that? The answer always becomes, well, it really just depends. Because, like you said, it depends on not only the type of fish, but it depends on the water parameters, where you got the fish from, whether it was shipped to you or whether you just went and bought it 20 minutes ago. A lot of those things are differentiating factors that could potentially influence somebody's decision on what type of acclimation process they want to use.
Yeah, I would agree, because it's also things like the health of the fish. It's also things like how densely are they packed? we know
Yeah.
that Dan from Dan's Fish will talk about very actively in his videos the density of packing that his suppliers give, and how he prefers to see it because he feels like that he's got the data and the experience to back up that lower densities have been, resulting in healthier fish arriving. And
Right.
I think we can all agree that makes very logical sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's all of those factors that I think make a difference. It's when was the last time they ate, and how long have they been in the bag that they've been in. It's all of those kinds of things that I think will have some potential to have an impact.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It all depends on circumstances.
Yep.
I've had to do like a fast acclimation. Basically, the fish was shipped in a box, whatever, and the bag busted open.
Mm-hmm.
So there was the bag was wet yet, but that was it. So it was you didn't have a choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that situation, do it, and hope for the best.
Well, sure. At that point,
Yeah.
Your option can't be to leave them in the bag, right?
In
So
the wet bag. No.
Right. That's not a choice. So I mean, you probably had other options. Yeah, I guess so. Right. But
those slim.
exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. And
Or-
did you find any issues with that?
No.
No.
The fish were okay. I mean, and also I moved fish from a bad environment to a clean tank really fast because they were acting like they weren't looking too good.
Yeah.
So at that, use your best judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's good, dear. If you ain't quite sure about different circumstances, go ahead and do your research. Ask people, hobbyists about what they have done in the past.
Yep.
That way, when something like that happens, you don't have to click on your phone, Google it. And what do I do with this? In the meantime, your fish might have died.
Mm-hmm.
So
let me tell you what my research found.
Go ahead.
And this is the concept that Steve brought up during his talk. And he talked about the concept of when you open a sealed bag, right? So we've got fish kept in a sealed bag or container or whatever they're in. There is a possibility of you have something called pH rebound.
Yeah.
So, what the bag will do is it's going to cause CO2 to exceed sort of the atmosphere, and it's going to decrease the pH over time.
Yeah.
When you have a lower pH, right, your ammonia toxicity tends to be lower, right?
Yeah.
So at lower pH levels, your ammonia tends to be less toxic to fish. You open the bag, and the risk there is, the bag, now you've gotten rid of the CO2 that built up, right? As the fish breathe and all of that kind of stuff, CO2 builds up in the bag, the pH starts to drop. Those ammonia levels that are building up, they aren't as harmful. You open the bag, CO2 leaves, right? And oxygen comes in, your pH starts to go back up.
Right.
Those levels of ammonia become more toxic, right? Just naturally, the potential for being toxic rises. And so this was the concept that Steve was talking about in his talk, was his reason for, he believes that plop and drop is the way to go. Because as soon as you open it, you start to have that situation. The possibility then is that your fish are being exposed to ammonia at levels that are more toxic than they were previously.
Right.
And there's risk there of doing some sort of damage. And so I just thought that was quite interesting to think about all of that. And it goes on to talk about things like, bacteria and things like that. And it's also said that lower pHs, things like bacteria and some diseases, are less less common. They don't survive as well, or they don't populate as well at lower like black water environments
Right.
as they would in other
Mhm.
places. And so you're naturally you're changing from a lower pH up to a higher pH, where all of those things can tend to be a little bit more of a concern.
Right.
So I just thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty interesting to think about why the plop and drop method, even though I think it's easy to convince yourself of how harsh it is,
Right.
that it actually is probably in a lot of ways a much less harsh approach than what it could be if you open the bag, maybe you start to drip acclimate
Right.
in that old water, and then it takes a while before you get enough drips in there where you would counteract the existing water
Right.
with fresh water. So you've exposed the fish to that for
Right.
X period of time.
And normally the environment that they're going into, hey, if you done your tank properly, according tank, that environment normally it's going to be a lot better than what they were in.
Right. Right.
So you're basically giving them, you're taking them out of coffee that's been sitting there all day to a fresh cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what you're doing.
Or 100% water change.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
Right. Which there are situations that people have done that. So June said she was told that ammonia hits as soon as the bag opened. Right. And so I think, that's kind of the concept, is that the ammonia, I think, is already there. But it's the idea that if that pH does jump up high enough, you've now made something that maybe didn't seem as toxic to the fish became toxic.
Right. Now, the background starting the hobby, everybody told me you got to drip acclimate everything. So, of course, that's what I did. I didn't realize. So
really,
yeah. So this topic is actually a great topic. Hopefully, beginners have a chance to see a video like this. Get some more answers about the whole acclimation process.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, welcome in, Sean. Noisy Aquatics, how you doing?
Hey, Noisy. And then Steven said that he left the shrimp that he got from Grant in the bag for 5 days. Yeah, I think Grant had shared with me that he will, if he's going like back-to-back weekends or something like that to different shows, he will leave the shrimp bagged, and he's not seen any ill issues from it.
Right. Now, does everybody drip acclimate the shrimp, or do you do a plop and drop? And if you did plop and drop, have you had success with that?
Actually, the few people that I do know that keep shrimp, they plop and drop. They don't drip acclimate most of the time.
What about different environments, like from hard water to soft water, or from
So LJ Shrimp, right, Laura?
Right.
Did she sell some? Where was she on a live stream? She sold some shrimp, I think, at the Arkoff auction. I think is where she was.
I think so. Yeah.
And she talked about one of the types of shrimp that she was selling, and I do not remember what variety they were. They are a caridina.
Yeah.
But they can be kept at neocaridina parameters, so slightly higher hardness, slightly higher pH than what you would expect. And she said her experience in that situation was that she does drip acclimate to bring them back and forth between the extremes. In those cases, she said that that's how she handles that, was to adjust it.
Is there a time frame that she normally does that?
She didn't really say. Yes, I think it was the Malawa. I think it was the Malawa. But yeah, she definitely talked to us about that last Saturday, that
Right.
she does try to drip acclimate to ease that transition, and she said you can take them back and forth.
Okay.
So, she keeps them at one parameter. If she wanted to switch them, she could do that, and then she could take them back. She said as long as you drip acclimate, that was her recommendation. So,
Cool.
um, I've not done that, like switched shrimp parameters, but every time that I've had shrimp, I have just done a plop and drop. Now, granted,
Right.
so a couple caveats. Number one, I was not a successful shrimp keeper,
Oh.
other than a mono shrimp.
Oh. Right.
Right. So I've got a mono shrimp in my community tank, and they were plopped and dropped, and they're fine.
Oh yeah.
The Neocaridina, they didn't die within days. They died within months. And I think I figured out why that is, and it had nothing to do with acclimation. It was a mistake that I made that Grant talked about. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's probably what I did. I plopped and dropped the starter shrimp. Grant told me to put them through yeah.
The ringer, and do you squeeze them out after you ringer? Tell you what. I love shrimp. You love shrimp. Sorry, I thought I missed the question a while back.
No, I didn't think
My
so.
apologies. If I did, apologies. I thought I saw one, but I didn't stay on it because we were talking about something else.
Mm-hmm.
I can say if I missed your question, go ahead and ask again. Don't be afraid to ask twice or 3 times, 4 times, whatever. Now, don't be annoying though.
I was gonna say there is a limit, I think, vibes to
Yes, there is.
to that. So I'm glad you clarified.
Yeah. The all moderators in the chat. So
Mm-hmm.
be nice for them. Be very nice to them.
That's right. That's right. So
now the only shrimp that I can successfully have is the ones that are stuffed with cream cheese and wrapped in bacon.
those are the only ones, right?
Those are the ones that really I've had successfully kept.
They don't last very long, though, do they?
No, they don't.
It's kind of weird, right? I mean, they're not a very long-lived species in your house.
No, they're not. They're not. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, they are amazing. Very beautiful.
They're like the annual killifish of the shrimp world.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Sometimes only living for days at a time.
Now I do have a mono shrimp in my community tank, and
the mono, yeah.
Okay, I do got some ghost shrimp I picked up from my local waters.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
A ghost shrimp or some. I think they call it also a grass shrimp, I think.
Oh, okay. And they're out in your pond.
I got some out on the pond. I got some in a tote behind me because y'all don't remember I had a tank set up here beside me with mollies.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I had some of those shrimp in the tank. All I can think is that they jumped out and it jumped out, crawled out. They ended up in some other tanks.
Oh.
So why catch them and remove them? If that happened thriving, I'm gonna let them enjoy life. You know,
they picked their own house.
Yeah,
it's okay.
They traveled.
Yep.
So, I mean,
they decided they wanted a new place to live. That's okay.
Right. And
that's okay.
Whenever I feed the fish, I see the shrimp come out and just eat. It's kind of cute.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which is weird because you would think that the fish would eat them, right? But
yeah, I mean, I think that we don't give them credit for how well that they can hide, or B, if the size is right. Like I don't see my tetras eating a big mono shrimp. Like that would have to be
right.
Quite the situation.
Mm-hmm. I guess, yeah, right. Hey, Fishy Biz, welcome in.
Hey, Biz. Hey, Branton.
Hey, Branton, like that, welcome in. The Fishy Biz says he can't hear. Is it just me?
Hopefully, it's just him. Okay, it was him.
Okay. Oh, whew.
Good.
Hey, Biz, don't scare me like that.
Are you going to
It's
see
that
him
messed
at?
up flip phone.
Are you going to see him at Aquashella?
I don't know. I have not heard back from him yet.
Ah,
Yeah, we've been talking, but
you're in
he
talks.
he hasn't given me the 99.99.99% chance yet. So I can't say. I'm leaving it up to him. Hopefully he makes it. It'd be cool just to hang out with Shorty again. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, he was there last year. Yeah.
I think I may have touched a nerve there.
Mariah, don't upset the teacher.
Ah,
Oh, come on. I was always a class clown. I was the smartest kid in class, but I was a class clown. Come on.
I see.
hey, by
I'm
the
that
way,
one
Nancy
that'll,
wants to
I'm
know
the
if he's
one
in
that,
if he's in the group chat.
let's see. Hold on.
well,
Where'd you
are you going to Daytona because you never said yes or no?
Right, Biz, you going? If you ain't, I can.
Every time I asked you, you're like, I
Exactly.
don't know. Hemming and hawing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I think if I was to guess, it's probably because you've kept the snacks a secret.
I'm not gonna go there.
He probably wants to know
Yeah.
what you're offering from a snack perspective before he decides. Like, is it?
No, I was saying that me and Cameron are snacks. Like we're walking snacks, like dang, they look
Oh, okay. Well, that I totally missed that. I literally was talking about
Phew.
actual snacks. Like, yep, completely.
It's all good, TJ.
Vibes, we did the same thing. We both did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope.
That's
Definitely
funny.
missed it.
It's all good. It's all good, TJ.
My apologies.
No,
I
it's
was
okay.
If
not
it was a
on the
snake,
same.
it'd bit you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I missed it. I missed it. I am not at my sharpest apparently tonight.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
what else
good.
you guys
Nobody
got
said
to
I
say
was the
about-
sharpest tool in the shed either.
But somehow you got this one over on me. So what else you guys got to say about acclimation?
No bit
I don't know. For me, it really just depends.
Mhm.
Sorry, Vibes. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, it's off topic.
No, I was just saying. For me, it really just, like I said, it depends. So I've had, for instance, fish that I've had shipped to my house, right? That have come from like California and have been overnight in a bag for a long period of time. Those I'm more likely to drip acclimate. Because of the fact that I want to wash them. And I don't really have a quarantine set up. Y'all don't come after me. I know. Okay. I don't have a quarantine set up as of right now. So when I get new fish, they go in the tank. If there's a problem, I'll deal with it after the fact. But I like to at least watch them for a little while when I first get them, because that's going to be the most stressful time for them is when they get out of like you said, when you open that bag, the time starts. Like that time is ticking and you got to get them into some fresh water, some clean water ASAP. But you got to be careful about how fast you do it, of course. And then there's situations where I'll go to my fish man who lives like 10 minutes or 15 minutes from me and buy some fish from him, and I'll bring them right home and dump the whole bag in there, water and everything, because we've got the same exact water parameters for our tanks. So it, like I said, it really just depends. And I mean, even there's like local mom and pop fish stores that I'll purchase from that I have no concern whatsoever about the health and quality of those fish. So those will go right in, no problem. I don't even float them; they just go right on in the tank. But if I was to buy from, let's say, a big box store, or I got something from somewhere else that's not necessarily the most reputable source, um, then I may go about it differently, and I'll float them and watch them for a little bit to see if they adjust well, and then they'll go in the tank. And I don't mix the water from those bags. I don't mix the water from shipment bags, of course, as well.
Right.
Like I said, for me, answer I can come up with, it just depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm. Welcome in, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel Velez. And I tend to be pretty standard with my acclimation. So I always float the bag unless it's a situation where I notice something's in distress.
Right.
Like what you talked about, right, Vibes? There's no way you were going to float a bag that was basically damp.
Right.
It had a little bit of moisture in it, but it was not actually water in a bag at that juncture. Situation like that makes total difference. But normal situation, bag full of water, fish are looking fine. I'm going to float them for 20-30 minutes.
Right.
And then I'm going to open the bag, immediately dump the fish in a net over a bucket, because I don't put any of the existing water in the aquarium, just as an additional measure of trying to keep a little bit of extra, just a little bit of extra protection against if there was any kind of disease or anything in the water or anything like that. And then the fish go right in. So that tends to be my process. I will quarantine anything from a source that I'm unfamiliar with. I'm lucky that a lot of the fish that I get come from either local fish stores that do a quarantine for usually close to a month, or I'm buying them from breeder friends that I can trust that the fish are of good quality and health and things like that. And then in those cases I won't necessarily quarantine specifically in my community aquarium, which I don't buy fish for that frequently, but when I do, because other than that, everything else is species only, and so the aquariums are dedicated to one specific type of fish, and so there was no contamination allowed at that point
Have
because they
you
were the
guys
only
ever
thing.
heard of someone doing a rinse on the fish?
I have from LRB.
I had a customer talking about that today. We were discussing his tanks and stuff, and he was telling me that sometimes when he gets his new fish, he'll take them out of their container or bag or whatever it is they came in, and will take some of his existing tank water and just pour it over the fish and just like a quick rinse before it goes into the tank.
Yep.
After the floating process. And I asked him, I was like, okay, well, that's very interesting. Why do you do that? And he said that he felt that it's like you were saying, just an extra layer of protection before going in the tank, because obviously they're not mixing the water from the container, but there's still going to be trace amounts of whatever could have been in the water on the fish itself. So he just does it as an extra layer, just like an extra step in the process. He said you're washing your fish before you bathe your fish.
Yeah.
So LRB did a video
You're
on
washing them before they go swimming.
Yeah. I've seen it where he calls them fish baths. And so he will have them in some sort of a bag, like he'll have them in the bag in water, and then he has a pitcher of his water, and he fills the bag up with some of the water from the pitcher and kind of moves them around a little bit and dumps that water out and then does it again. And he does this I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 different times, and he calls it a fish bath, and he claims
Yep.
in his mind, right, and what he's experienced, right, in fairness, is that he's had very limited issue with disease, and he believes that that's part of his success. So yeah, that's, now that you say that, I remember seeing that.
Okay.
I have not done that myself. Not to say that it's a good or a bad practice, but yeah, I had heard it from there. And I just want to address really quick. So Dave Elfish came in and he asked if I got his email from this week. Yeah, Dave, I did, and I just looked, and it looks like my reply back to you never sent. I'll send one to you after the stream, but I did get it, and I understand. On the shipment of the stir buys, no big deal. I had bought from him in the Arkoff auction a group of 6 stir buy corridors, and so he's just asking if I got the email. He wasn't able to ship them this week, so that's it. I just wanted to address that real quick with him.
Good. Hey, Fish Wit. Hey, Asia, how you doing? Dave, Elfish fans, come in. Danican Aquatics, come in. Welcome in, y'all. No,
I haven't received the notification yet, y'all. Is Ed going live tonight?
Let me take a look. Please hold. I would assume yes. Yep, 9:30. So we got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Steven asked.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Stephen asked a question that he wonders how big of a deal it is to put a bag of water in a tank, say a cup of water in a 40-gallon. Yeah, I mean, I think in general, if you think about it like that, right? It's when we talk about dilution, a cup into 40 gallons is a drop in a bucket, right? It's next to nothing. From a
I mean, unless
what
you
is
got something
possibly
like running rampant in there,
could.
It's highly unlikely.
Right. So, I think the only thing, what are you likely to be introducing is not well oxygenated water that probably has some ammonia in it.
Right.
For me, it's so a question came up in Foxy's stream, Foxy and Dee talking tonight, and I think Coro asked about how much of a top off to a tank or a refill would you do and not use dechlorinator? And Foxy's answer was like, listen, I'm so protective that I'll use dechlorinator even if it's a small amount. And so I would kind of, my personal, completely non-scientific, I've not tested it and I'm not likely to ever test it, right? Answer to that question is I will always just not put the water in the aquarium because it's an extra measure of safety. Am I doing any good? Maybe. Am I doing any harm? Certainly not, right? And so that for me is the deciding factor, is that I know I won't be adding anything that I don't intend to if I do it that way. So it's whatever you're kind of comfortable with.
Good. Right. For those that wondered, I did set up the end of the live stream. It automatically sends you over to the ad stream.
Nice. That's good.
Those wonder. Lush and salty aquariums. All my favorite guides and snacks. Gals. Lush. You're welcome, Ben Chop. Hopefully you enjoyed the stickers and the fish food.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I did a giveaway. Was it a week and a half ago? 2 weeks ago? And he was lucky winner.
Yeah, that's really nice. Steven says he agrees. He just wonders sometimes about these things we do and why. Oh, I think, Steven, given time to sit down and kind of ponder some of the things that we do as fish keepers, absolutely. Like there are so many things that I think we do, like the case I just talked about. I have zero scientific backing for not putting what's in the bag water-wise in my aquarium, but it just feels like it's the right thing, and I know it's not going to cause any harm, so I just do it out of an abundance of caution. right? But it's so I feel like so much of what we do is that way. It's
Right.
that way of, are you a once a week water changer, once every 2 weeks, or a next to never water changer? There are people that will tell you that all three of those things work,
Right.
and they've had, as long as we take them at their word and they're telling the truth, we've all had success doing that, right? Vibes, we know
Right.
you've had success where you very rarely do you, if ever, change water in your Shelly aquarium,
Right. Well,
and they
I,
seem to be doing
yeah.
just fine.
No. Back up. They're just more than just fine. They're over abundantly. I don't know. They're weird. They're happy.
They're
Right.
thriving.
Yes.
That's
Too
the word
much.
he usually uses. Yeah. Right. So
I mean, the
it's
tank behind me, I've got down to 2 water changes a month. Even with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fish in there in a 45
Mhm.
gallon. They do fine. I test my water every week, but it stays on point. I only do maybe, I think it's like maybe 25% now, 30% water changes twice a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
And I wipe down the glass maybe once a week. They do really well. I mean, the convicts she's constantly laying eggs.
hmm
I found 2 separate clutches yesterday. They're ridiculous. But yeah, they're doing well.
Claire Bryant seems to have entered the chat and has taken Branton's exact post or exact comment.
That bot.
Yep.
Thanks, Skull. No, this thing here, the Funtosas, I do a weekly water change,
hmm
50% or more.
hmm
It, um, do I have to? Probably wouldn't have to, but
Right.
I've had success with that. So why change it? You know,
Yeah, exactly.
if it's working, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's measure of risk that you're comfortable with,
Right.
and what seems to be working in your particular situation. So yeah, I totally agree with Steven. Like if you sit that back and you think about a lot of the things that we do, it's a lot of it is based on things that we think seem to be making sense.
What is happening right now?
Looks like we're getting another bot. David is the best kid ever.
Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Can I fix this? But this ain't cool. I tried doing my phone. It went.
We don't do trolls, y'all.
No.
Nope.
We do not do trolls around here.
Yeah,
My
it seems like
apologies,
it.
everyone. That is weird.
Brandon, it seems like your commentary is quite popular, man. That's good.
Yeah, right.
It's a good comment, right, that he makes. So while we've got other people quoting him, I compare dumping a bag of water into a tank to drinking someone's backwash. Can I? Yeah. Do I want to? No. So
Yeah, right. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. My apologies.
Nancy said Branson and his sketchy friends.
yeah.
Hey, Brian, be careful.
It is plagiarism because they didn't cite their source.
Right.
Stephen P said it. He said plagiarism though.
Yeah, I got it. I read his comment. That's what I.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the first time that's happened in months. So
you're a popular man, Vibes.
Which I'm kind of sad because
get that mess up out of here.
I want everyone to feel welcome, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't. In my opinion, you shouldn't have to be as a grabber to watch or to chat in a live stream. You know, it should be a freedom to chat without being subscribed.
Lush
You know
and
what I mean?
Salty Aquarium says, somebody dumped foul water into your stream.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
funny.
y'all. I quick did a quick water change.
Brandon said Vibes got hit with that bag water.
Yeah, and that's why I do a quarantine process, y'all.
Ew.
Vibes, you need to give
Yo,
yourself a
when-
fish bath.
And
Yeah, I'm not
on the-
gonna lie. When he said he got hit with that bag water, the first thing that popped into my head was working in a corporate store, and you get those shipments that have been sitting forever, and you open the
Right.
box, and the water is just like gray and milky.
Oh God.
When you got a
No,
fish
no,
that done
no.
died in the bag.
Uh-huh. Oh my.
Ew, gosh, no.
Oh my.
Welcome in,
Delvin
George.
joined us, and did you see
Delvin?
Fish Whip?
Yeah, Asia. She's been here a while.
Okay, good.
Yeah, welcome in. And my apologies, everyone coming in. That is not my plan for the live stream. That bots come in and mess it up. But so I guess that means that they are back hot on the trail, trying to mess people's live streams up. So
They are.
That just
They're
means we're
after
getting
you, Vibes.
pushed on the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Popular
about
man.
that. Could be. I don't know. Anyways, I was gonna say my normal process for acclimating my fish, quarantine purposes, all that. All my fish come in, no matter where they come from. I always quarantine them at least a month.
Okay.
Every single one, and that's why. You know what? I'm gonna show y'all. Right there's a tote.
Yep.
Now there's another two behind me as well on the floor.
Oh, and the world famous grabber.
Exact. Oh, one of them.
One of them. Oh wait, you have multiples.
I do. I've upgraded.
Mm.
That way, they're always in hands reach. You know what I mean?
Right there for the grabbing.
Exactly. Anyway, and since I do my cleaning process that I've been doing, I haven't had any issue with my fish, ones I've had for many years. I haven't got any new disease into them. You know what I'm saying? You guys. Anywho, I don't know about y'all.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna do it. You're trying to provoke me. I'm not gonna do it tonight.
Yeah, Vibes. Stop provoking.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Innocent as ever.
Innocent as ever.
I freaking hate y'all.
Right.
How many times a week do we get a
my
text that
God.
says, I can't stand you?
Yeah, I'm serious. Sometimes I'll be just reading the group chat throughout the week and I'll be like, what? Huh? What? Oh my God.
I cannot stand y'all.
I cannot stand y'all. I swear.
That is, you
It's
must
like
have that
It's
saved.
like having two. Y'all are like the extra siblings that I never had. That just know how to get on my nerves just the right way, but it's in a good way.
Mm-hmm. Lighten the mood. Uh-oh. Now we
So-
got Tony Sanchez in the chat.
We gonna shut the comments off completely in a second.
Yeah. I went and bumped it up. My apologies, y'all. I went and bumped it up in 20 minutes. Subscribers. I put the 5 minutes. I thought I fixed it. It didn't.
So the bots are subscribing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess they're desperate to make havoc.
Well, at
Tell
least
you
they're
what.
just plagiarizing our pals,
Right. Hey, that is a good thing. I will say that.
right?
So far tonight, the bots have not put anything bad on the panel.
Oh,
So,
don't speak so soon.
but and now they don't have a chance now because in another 6 minutes we'll end the stream.
That's true.
So
That is true.
they be subscribed for 20 minutes. don't have a chance. Sorry, bots. Gotcha.
Oh boy.
After that, they can have fun by themselves in the replay comments.
Exactly. Exactly.
That is fair, though, Branton. I don't know why they're targeting you tonight. Apparently, you're
Right.
very, very popular.
Now, whatever I was thinking about going to say, kind of left my brain.
Oh, you were talking about quarantine.
Oh yeah.
So then you showed us the bucket bin behind you, and that started the whole downslope of the whole thing.
Yeah. We might as well keep going downhill over at it. Hey, Jeff Bohan, welcome in. You know what? We got 5 minutes. I think.
Yep.
We need to wrap it up.
Okay, and then this will be what, our last live for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. For those that hate the pre-recorded live streams, well, the next 2 weeks.
So sad.
Next 2 weeks will be pre-recorded. God willing. I will try to be in the chat to answer your questions. So go ahead and watch it. Now, I'm not gonna blame you if you don't watch it. It's up to you.
Yeah, of course.
But I know there are viewers in the chat tonight that want the live stream no matter what. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be there if it's a pre-recorded or if it's a premiere, whatever. It's a normal Thursday night or whatever night that it is for them or day. It's a normal thing, you know. I understand that.
It's the next 2 weeks. We've got some or all of us are busy, and so it's unavoidable, and we're gonna do those. I think the goal is to do interviews like we did of you a month ago, maybe it was, and do one of me and one of Mariah, and we'll put those out as pre-recorded, kind of premiering at our normal time or whatever. And then we'll be back with you the following week, so 3 weeks from now.
After Aquashella.
After Aquashella, we'll be live back again, as usual. And we have got to be really close to our 1 year.
I'm guessing because when was the clash last year?
The last weekend of September.
Okay.
So I would say within the last couple of weeks, we might have already hit our 1 year.
Well, in that case, y'all be looking out after Aquashella. Be looking out for the anniversary stream. We might. We're gonna have to come up with something real special for you.
We have talked about it a little bit and kicked around some ideas, but to commemorate our year together, our first year of what is hopefully many together, we would like to do something special. So more to come on that soon.
Yeah. Sorry, I went a little blank there.
Okay.
And for those that wondered, Ed's going live here in 2 minutes. China to Ed. And hashtag Bratton.
Hashtag Branton. Okay.
I think that's fair for tonight. I think
hashtag what'd you say, Mariah?
I said hashtag Branton's words.
Excellent.
Stop licking my toes, weirdo.
Yee! It's gonna be good. And the week of Aquashella,
Mm-hmm.
that those who wonder, that Saturday night, I'm not gonna promise to be a live stream. This will be a slim chance of one. The whole weekend. If there is one, it'll be a pop-up live streams.
Excellent. Yeah. See what works out while you guys are there, right?
And
I
I'd
wonder if they'll
rather.
have the streamers areas set up like they did last year.
I don't know. Because I'd rather totally skip out on any live streams the whole weekend and enjoy the moment. And I'm going to be doing videos probably. I'll just release some recording here and there, and I can post it later, whatever. But I rather do that, enjoy the moment, than go live and miss the moment. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Definitely.
And if y'all go into Aquashella Daytona and want to be a part of a group chat on Instagram, go ahead and message me on Instagram or email me or comment below one of my videos. And I'll add you to the group chat. How about that?
just send him a message. #snacks.
There you go.
And y'all can also reach out to me on Instagram as well. I shoot you over to guys who can add you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anyways, y'all, thanks for coming out here and joining us tonight with the Acclimation Buses of Fish. Hopefully your question got answered. If not, go ahead and message one of us, and hopefully one of us will see it and answer it for you. But until then, Mariah, what you got for us before we head out?
Same as always, y'all. Glad I was y'all bearing with me the past few weeks on that. And then thank everybody for watching with us tonight. Do unto others you would have them do how you want to be treated, and may God treat you how you treat animals and elders.
Thank you. Hey, Aim, you're late. Welcome in. We're just wrapping this up, by the way. TJ, what you got for us?
Yep. Thanks everybody for joining us, and thanks to you for another fun night. I really enjoy the Thursday night chats, and this was a good one. So thanks.
Yep. Thank you, TJ and Mariah, for joining me. Without you, Thursday night live stream probably wouldn't happen. So we're a team now, y'all. Anyways, thanks for watching. Until next time, go ahead and watch Ed.
Yep.
#Bratton's Words. Peace out, y'all. Bye.